I welcome everybody watching us. I have a visitor here in the radio who is usually can be seen on Instagram and YouTube, an influencer called Marvin. Hi, Marvin.
Hello, thank you for having me.
It's a Hungarian radio. We are in Budapest, and you actually an influencer in Budapest. How did that happen, and when did that happen?
So actually the story began 2022 when I decided with my brother we should just leave Germany, and then a friend recommended us to go to Budapest, and we came here. We stayed in an Airbnb for a month, decided to get 2 more, and then we just stayed here because we like it so much.
At the age of 16 then,
Yes,
back then, and your brother was a little bit older, right?
Yes, my brother is 3.5 years older than me, yes.
So your parents were comfortable with your choice, and who was this friend? How did he know about Hungary? How could you make up your mind together with your brother that Hungary would be a destination for both of you?
So my mother and my father, they were absolutely not comfortable with us leaving the country. And the thing is, my mother thought we only gonna stay here for 4 weeks. So after these 4 weeks, she was happy to welcome us back, but we didn't come back. So she was a bit sad. She didn't know what was going on. And then slowly she understood that we wanna live here. And to your question, the friend. So the friend is just a guy from Instagram. He had in his story, cool destinations to live in Europe. And then he said Prague, Budapest, and Warsaw. And we decided to come here to Budapest. Yeah.
And you stayed?
Yeah, I stayed, yeah.
And you want to settle down here?
I'm traveling a lot, so I cannot say I want to live here for the rest of my life, but I really like it here. Overall, it's a good mix out of the Balkan capitals and Germany. It's a good mix here. Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Maybe not only your parents were surprised that you want to come to Hungary instead of Germany, but also your friends don't understand why Germany. How did they react?
So to be honest, I dropped out of school when I was 15. And
so you were already a dropout back in Germany?
Yes.
You didn't drop out for the sake of Hungary?
No, I just dropped out because I didn't feel like it was bringing me somewhere, finishing the school. And I know I didn't have anything what I was doing already, so I knew I'm gonna do this or that. I just was sure I will do something else with my life. And then I decided to drop out. My mother was like, hey, what are you gonna do? And I knew I'm gonna do something else, something I want, and this is what I did. Of course, my parents were scared. There was no future inside, you know. Yeah, but now we are here and everything is fine.
And you are a little bit older, so they must see that you are fine.
Yes.
That must be reassuring. But the thing is that when we speak about adventure here in Budapest or in Hungary, most young people would say that, okay, let's go somewhere because this is a boring place. There is no future, no perspective, no means for us, not enough money. So let's go to Germany. And it happened the other way around.
Yeah, I know a guy, he's very close to my family. He moved to Germany from Hungary because I have some Hungarian roots. And
you have some Hungarian roots?
I do.
Okay,
I do.
That's it. Let's not hide. For Hungarians, maybe you realized by living here that it's interesting for us and it's important for us.
Yeah. To be honest, my grandfather, he is Hungarian, so I have some Hungarian roots. I always say I'm half Hungarian, but then they ask me, you speak Hungarian? No, I don't.
So that's why you hide, because then you should learn the language too, and that's hard.
Yeah. And I know a guy, he moved from Hungary to Germany, and for Hungarians, it's much easier to live in Germany because most of them get supported by the government. And when you come here from Germany, it's the way around. So yeah. I can understand them, of course, but my view on life is that you do your best to do what you want. You don't have to make a lot of money or anything. I think just you should do what you want. And for me, it's making my own money so I can live wherever I want. I don't have to make millions, but I want to live where I want, with whom I want. And that's why I don't see this side, here you earn less, in Germany you earn more, because I don't want to work a normal job. But I don't judge it. You can work a normal job, that's totally fine.
So you are, you can say, a typical of your generation who likes adventure and don't look that much for finances, for money, which was the previous generation who were eager after the war just to have something. How do you ever think about that? Because you have a lot of interesting stories on the Instagram, and I suspect that you have some deep thoughts on different issues.
Of course, my father and my mother, they come from exactly these families that you should get a job and you save up, you have a safe life, okay? And my grandmother and my grandfather, they don't understand what I'm doing here. They don't understand why I'm in Hungary, why are you not in Germany doing your job? Yeah, they don't understand it, and I can understand them, but I think they understood it now after like 2-3 years. Maybe they understand it now, and my aunt is proud of me, so that makes me happy. Yeah.
So why Hungary then? Apart from the fact that you have some Hungarian rules, but you still don't speak the language, there is no support for settling down. So it doesn't make life easier for you in
definitely.
Hungary.
So it was really much the story that we wanted to travel around. And I didn't know anything about Hungary. I didn't even know that I have Hungarian roots.
Wow.
But I just figured out everything after I came here. So I think for the most people, it's very good that they know what's going on in the future, what they do in the future. But for those who think I'm gonna make my way, I'm gonna find these ways, I think you should just go the way, and then you will figure out everything on the way there. And why Hungary? So I have been to, I think, 5 Balkan capitals with my brother. And in the end, again, I decided to come here again because of a few reasons. These reasons are basically the safety compared to Germany. It's still very Western, like in Germany, but not too Western. That's what I don't like about Germany. And the most important part, of course, what I also just figured out after I came here is that Orban doesn't let that much people in here, like in Germany,
And it was a positive aspect for you.
Of course, yes.
Do you find that your generation is more supportive of the politics in Germany because the welcome culture and it's a culture that's spread all over Europe, and Hungary is like a black sheep in Hungary in Europe, and I don't know how people would think about it, the everyday people in Germany.
So I think the most Germans understood now that what happens in Germany right now is not going to lead to a good future. And I think they just push it away from their daily life, because if they think about it all day, they're just going to be unhappy. And I don't think right now there are a lot of Germans who support the politicians which they supported 4 years ago, because they saw what it's going to lead to. And it's not going to lead to a good future, obviously.
And what about your generation? People who are before getting a job, right in the middle of their studies or right in the beginning of their career in Germany. What is their approach? Because I know that the government is very unstable right now in Germany. So I understand what you are explaining, that people got a little bit uncomfortable with their previous choice. But we always look for the next generation, and you are one of the representative of this generation. What can you tell us about them?
So my friends, which I was in school with, they are just doing what my parents did. They start a Ausbildung. I don't know what's it called.
Education.
They start this, and or continue school or go studying. I don't think they think it's gonna happen anything bad. So, but I I informed myself about everything and I saw what's going on. So I don't think if I do a normal job, I can do what I do right now. And I think the people in my generation, they are a bit too much on social media, so they are escaping the reality a bit. And yeah, that's what I think. They are just doing the same what the generation before did, but it's not gonna have the result of the generation before. That's what I think.
So they are not very rebellious. They just want a normal life,
Yeah.
something that you don't want.
Yeah.
And you had to look outside of Germany to find the kind of life you were looking for, right? Or do you think you could do the same in Germany?
I think there are a lot of people like me in Germany. But I don't think you can have this worldview if you are just in Germany. And, you know,
why not?
When you are raised in a country like Hungary and not in Budapest, when you're raised in the countryside with not a lot of money, you have a very different worldview than I do, because I'm from Germany. Everything is peaceful, at least it was. And I don't think that you will have that you want something more if you are raised in Germany. I think the normal German just wants a job and doesn't really care about anything else. But I think a lot of people from poor countries try to look for more because they came from nothing. And for me, it's totally the opposite. For me, it was just that I don't want this boring life. That's it.
What did you find in Hungary?
I think just the people, the tradition is way more important for the people here than in Germany. When I was raised there until the age of 12, 13 maybe, the tradition was still very good. You know, after like 2015, Germany changed a lot. And through the years when I grew up a bit more, I noticed that Germany has lost the traditions. And in Hungary, you will see on Eastern, the tradition. You are Hungarian, you know exactly how Hungary is. I just know a tiny bit of it. But what I know so far is that Hungary is what I want, traditional. Yeah.
Okay, you can elaborate on it, because I really would like to hear the details of the tradition that you find attractive, because you have a different aspect looking at it. Yes, I live here. I am comfortable with our traditions, but I don't know how you see it from outside.
So what I know is, so I was at the countryside on Christmas with a friend, and I think all Christmas in Hungary are very similar at the countryside. You know, they have this, they have the dish in Szeged, like the fish soup. And everyone actually does that, as far as I know. And then they have like the sweets, you know, moon, I don't know how it's called.
Not the bagel?
I don't know exactly, but they have some sweets, which is which everyone does. And on Easter, the girls get thrown with water, you know?
At Easter, yes.
Yeah. This is what I know so far. And it's everywhere basically the same, right? And in Germany, like for Christmas, you either do... the tradition was that you have a goose, that you eat goose for Christmas. And now everything is like... here they have a grill with raclette, you know raclette? Or this other family does this. But here everyone does actually almost the same.
So there is a sense of community?
Yeah.
That's what you are suggesting?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, and in Germany, my neighbors in Germany, they were very similar to us. But now we don't really talk to them. Like, we live next to each other, but we don't talk at all because... my mother's different, they are different, and the other family is completely different.
In what sense?
From the...
different countries or...
From the views on the world, because...
okay, so they are still Germans,
yes.
But they have different worldviews and they don't talk to each other anymore.
Yeah, because these worldviews, they don't connect, because they have completely different thinking. In Hungary, the people, of course, have the same, that you are voting for this, you're voting for this, and then in the end they don't really understand each other anymore because they think, why do you vote this? Why do you vote this? But in Germany, it's, I think, 180 degrees worse than here. I think here, of course, most of the people don't like the politics, and I can understand some things, of course. Not every politic is good. Like they have some good things, some bad things. But in Germany, I think it's just way worse than here. That's what I think.
Okay. What are the attractive sides of Hungary that you really, really like? Because you have a lot of pictures and you have a lot to say, seemingly, on as an influencer about Hungary and your stories about Hungary on the internet.
So what I like about Hungary, first of all, or about any other foreign city in Eastern Europe, is that I'm the German. So I'm always the foreigner, and I'm always, what is this guy doing here? Or when I was in Macedonia, I was in a martial arts fight club, and they were like, what is this German doing here? Like they are training for 10, 20 years in their group with Macedonians, and then I'm there. It was the same in Bulgaria and so on.
So you like to be a little bit out of the box.
Yes, of course.
Okay,
yes.
This is one aspect, but this has not much to do with Hungary
Yes.
itself.
And about Hungary, what I like. So first of all, the city is very beautiful, Budapest. I haven't really been to other cities. I've been to Szeged, but we were just driving through it. And I think Hungary is, what I like. First of all, like I said, that there are not many people who want something bad against the country like it's in Germany. You can just walk around without having having in mind you will get stabbed or anything. In Germany, at of course here at Keleti and Nugati, it's a bit dangerous. I also experienced some things there. But in Germany, it's completely different. It's very dangerous there. Yeah. I don't know if you are seeing the reels on Instagram, but what's happening in Germany is just unacceptable. You can basically do whatever you want, and in the end, you don't really get punished. At least this is what I see.
What about the Hungarians who think about Germany like exactly the other way around? This is the place to be. This is where I can make more money. This is where I can have a better life. Let's go there and work there with a work permit and get out of this, leave this country behind because I cannot have a normal life here.
I'm gonna answer this right away, but I had something in my mind. So when I was in first or second grade in school, I was 7 years old, and there were two new girls. The names were Kinche and Lila. And we didn't know how to pronounce these names because they were in front of our classroom. There was a board with all names. There were two new names. We thought like Kinksu or something like that. And we were making fun of these two girls. But, and because we thought they are not on our level, because Hungary it's so bad. You know, this was our view on Hungary, like Ungarn. What's this kind of country? This is what we thought. So I think this view comes from our parents, and it's not only me. My whole class was like me. To people who want to go to Germany.
What do you think, that they have a realistic view about Germany, or you could tell them news that would surprise them?
So I think when you go to the countryside where I'm from in Germany, you will experience a very quiet life. But when you really go to the countryside, when you go to a bigger city, you will not experience Germany. You will experience some other country. But the shops are not German. Most of the shops are not German, and most of the people on the street are not Germans. Because of the immigration, of course. And what you will experience.
I mean, not only experience, but can they make a better life? Can they earn more? Can they, have something more comfortable that they dream when they leave behind Hungary?
So I think if you don't really speak German, you you will be like the weird guy who doesn't speak the language, so they don't really want to have contact with you. That's what I think, because when I was younger, I always thought like people who don't speak fluent German, they are like weird. And it depends where you go, of course. I think you can make a very good life in Germany.
As a Hungarian too?
As a Hungarian, of course. If you integrate yourself well, you can live very good in Germany. From money-wise, jobs. If you want to just move to Germany to have a better life, but you are a normal person who just wants to live there, I don't think you will be happier there, even though you earn a bit more money. Yeah, I don't think that.
But you can still earn more money. So the system, you are not unhappy about the German system of, I don't know, tax or living, the standard of living is still, you consider it high.
What I really like about Germany is that the standards, of course. In Hungary, the standards are a bit lower. That's true. I see that in flats, in Airbnbs, they are not that good like in German capital cities. But taxes in Germany are just crazy, and so many people emigrated from Germany because of just the reason the tax. And there are so many other points than just the tax. The tax is not the biggest problem, but the tax is a very, very big thing. Everyone talks about it, and I don't know why people from Germany deal with that. Like, I think the most people who want to do something on their own in their life, they left. And these big companies cannot leave, because if they want to leave, they have to pay like a move away tax. This is also a thing in Germany. They have a tax so they can keep you there. If you want to move away with your company in Germany, you can't just move away, because they have a huge tax which you have to pay if you want to move away. So they want to keep you there.
What do you think Hungarians think about Germany right now? Young people that you talk to, that you have a chance talking to in English and they understand?
I don't think they want to stay here. They want to go to Germany. I met a lot of young people. Yeah, they want to go to Germany. They have the same view, because they are raised here. They were probably raised at the countryside, and they know the government and everything. So I think if I would be raised here, I would also want to go away. But now...
Why would you?
Because when you are from a country like Hungary, a lot of people say here's a lot of propaganda. I don't know if it's true or not. And
there is no propaganda in Germany?
I don't know.
You don't know? Probably
a lot.
I mean, in the media, how much media do you read? And what do your parents think, for example?
There's a lot, probably. And I told my mother, she's talking a lot about this, but I told her I don't care about it. And
you don't want to
hear?
Yes,
I don't read anything about the news, watch anything. When my mother tells me there's a new guy driving into a Christmas market, this is what I know, or a new stabbing somewhere, and then I get hate on these people,
yes.
You know. But besides that, I don't really read it.
You don't want to follow the everyday politics, okay. But you understand that people have a positive view about Germans and Germany here in Hungary.
Yeah, and it's not how it was. It's basically not how it was at all, because even in my neighbor city, it has, I think, 40,000, a population of 40,000 people. And there are so many foreigners. And when you are a grandma on the street, live there for your whole life, and there's a black guy who didn't dress well.
Way.
He looks dangerous, and the people are scared of these people, because they walk around as it's their own country, as they own everything. They are not respectful. They destroy the country. They spit everywhere. They throw their trash everywhere. They don't behave well. They don't respect the country. And a lot of people say, yeah, you're the foreigner here now. I always laugh about it, because I respect the culture. I treat the country as they want me to treat it, and I don't do anything bad here. This is the thing. You can, if you would live in Germany as a foreign guy, if you behave well, we like you. I like Turkish people. I like black people. But most of these people don't behave well. They are not educated. They come here with ships and then they do whatever they want. In capital cities, you can experience this, and it's very unsafe. So you will not experience the Germany you think of when you are now moving to Germany. This is what I can tell you. I would recommend you to make enough money to live in Budapest and then live here and then build here your life, or near Budapest. Or Hungary is not that big. You can wherever you want. You are here in 40 minutes.
So you came here, but you didn't speak any Hungarian. Could you manage easily in English? Because I don't think that you can find that many people speaking fluent German to make friends.
When I came here, I didn't speak any English. Like, I was learning in the school a bit, but I just met hundreds of people and then I learned it. I was really embarrassed that I couldn't speak it properly. So I tried my best to speak it, to get the words from people. Every time I met someone new, they had a word. I didn't know this word, so I was translating it. And this is how I learned English. And now my English is on a good level, but I'm still not that good at it. You know?
So you are doing your own education.
Yes.
You dropped out of school, but you didn't drop out of learning.
Of course, that's the thing. School doesn't mean that I don't learn anymore. I learn every day. I try to get better at everything. Yeah.
And about the differences that you meet a lot of foreign people in German streets now, especially in big cities, then that can be also embarrassing for, as you said, that a grandma in Germany would be really embarrassed to see people who don't behave in the streets. But there is another difference that has to do with genders and and that our generation is told that your generation is more tolerant and they are different and we are old-fashioned and you know better. What do you think?
What means old-fashioned? Like, there's only one way. There's man and woman.
Yes.
And there is, if you want to be gay, you can be gay. If you want to be a lesbian, you can be lesbian. But what they do in Germany is just crazy. Like, in kindergartens, they make this whole thing like it's normal, and this annoys me a lot, because people or kids who cannot think really on their own, they decide to do something they don't really wanna do, or think a way they don't actually think. So the media is pushing people in Germany, and I think it comes from the US. They're pushing people into thinking something they are not. And also, why push this whole thing? If you are gay, you can be gay. Everyone who's a good person tolerates it. You can be gay. I don't care. But why push it? Like, why these LGBTQ stuff? It's just bullshit.
Do you find a lot of people in your generation thinking the same way? Or you think... Like you, yes, because you are really the kind of you are in a generation who were brought up in this aspect. So it's not like us that we have to get used to the idea and consider it because we already have a history. You were brought up this way, and still you don't think that it's right.
My parents didn't really tell me anything. I just saw the way how my parents are, how my grandma is with my grandpa, how they live, and I just picked it up like this. Like, this is the right way for me, and this is the right way for all my old friends, for all the friends I know in Germany, for all the people I know in Germany. I think the people who think this LGBTQ thing is right to promote and everything, I think they were the people in the classroom who were always a bit different or had a different upbringing. I don't think a normal person who was raised like me will change to this thinking. I don't think the propaganda is that strong that they can push people into this. This is the crazy thing. In Germany, they put flags, these LGBTQ flags, on some important buildings in Munich, on churches or something. And the people who do it, they don't want to put it on. They are paid to and forced to do it. This is their job. And if they don't do it, they either lose their job or get some punishment. This is basically just the government. No one in Germany wants LGBTQ or these flags. It's just the government who tries to destroy the country. This is crazy. No one wants it. In every comment section on Instagram, they talk about it. No one wants this. It's like LGBTQ flag is more popular than the German flag. Also in Germany, when you are having a German flag in your garden, you're like, you will not be seen well. They think like you hate foreigners and stuff. In Hungary, it's totally normal to have a Hungarian flag. It's weird, yeah.
So if no one wants it and they still have a government who wants it, then why don't they speak up? Because they are in majority.
I think most of the people, they don't really care about it. They just want to live their life. And the people who care about it, what should they do? So either the whole population does something against it or nobody. This is how it works in Germany. And I'm really wondering why nobody did something against these political groups yet. Like, I really don't know why. Because it's so, for such a long time now, that they do whatever they want and no one wants it.
What do these political parties do what do they show in the media? How do they present that it's something acceptable and people should tolerate whatever is taught about LGBTQ?
So there are some parties who really promote it, and the people, before they had this influence, they didn't really talk about it. So they just brought it up and now they spread it everywhere. I don't think if people who did vote this whole thing, if they would know what will happen, they would never have voted this party. Like they just do whatever they want. Like I said, they don't care about the people. They don't care about their country. I think this is very controversial, but I think that the government right now here cares about the Hungarians way, way more than the German government does about Germany, because it's obvious when you let people in who are not familiar with the values in Germany, let people in, they can do whatever they want. And when you think about it for a second, you would not let these people in. But this is in Germany, and that's why here in Hungary they care about the people. They don't let these people in who destroy the country. This is very great here. I think a lot of Hungarians just want to live a normal life. And I think if the politics of Germany would be here, it would be very bad, because Hungarians, I don't think they would do more than the Germans do. I think it would be just the same.
You think that we are the same mindset, that when something is done, then people would be silent and do nothing?
Maybe more than the Germans. But overall, yes. And in Germany, it's different, because the people there are more foreigners now active in Germany than the Germans. Like, you can vote after some time you are in Germany and you're not even a German. What's this? It's crazy.
But the passivity would be the same. That's what you are afraid of? That everything depends on the political elite and people would just accept it blindly?
I think a lot of people here, yes.
But still, that didn't happen, and that's what you like about it.
I hope nothing will happen here, yes.
Okay.
That's what I like. Yeah.
And I see that there could be much more topics to talk about. Maybe our listeners can check out your Instagram. It's Marvin,
yes.
Right? In Budapest, or what is the title?
So my name on Instagram is Marvin, just the A is an N. Mm-hmm. So almost Marvin. Title?
I mean, where they can look it up. How do they find your posts?
Yeah, I post on TikTok. I actually Marvin, just the ASNN. That's my name. You can find me there.
Like a German in Budapest.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation. It was a very interesting talking to you, and I hope that you will see it also on your social media, that more people get interested in what you have to say. Thank you for being here, Marvin.
Thank you very much.